Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a declutter video for my eyeshadow palettes. I'm hoping to get through this semi-quickly. I'm not going to do a whole lot of swatches just because that would take up a lot of time, and eyeshadow palettes, I will tell you, is the thing I have the most of because ever since I was in high school, eyeshadow palettes and eyeshadows are what I gravitate towards most. So out of all my makeup collection, eyeshadow palettes are what I have the most of. It's an unreal amount, and it's to the point where I'm like, they keep on coming out with more and I keep buying more, and some of these need to just move on because of space, because I'm really never going to end up using them anymore. They're going to get old, whatever. So let's jump into this because we're going to move quickly. This is still probably going to be a semi-long video, but I am going to basically take you through all my eyeshadow palettes, and we're going to decide what we're going to move on. So let's get started. Okay, I have got eyeshadow palettes all over, on this day bed, on the floor over here. So I'm just going to grab and move, and then, yeah. So this is going to move very quickly. Okay, Moon Dust eyeshadow palette by Urban Decay. Yeah, this is obviously a no because I love my glitter eyeshadow palettes. I don't gravitate towards this very often, but I love it because of the sparkle. You know I'm all about sparkle. This one stays with me. I'm trying to think, how do I want to do this? What pile do I want to put these in to where they are? Let's just be real. This is not going to be an organized thing. Okay, the Estee Edit by Estee Lauder. I think it went out of business. I know they don't carry it. They clearanced stuff out and they don't carry it anymore at Sephora. I think it just didn't do well. This was the 2-pack that came out last year that came with this one and the highlighter palette. I'm going to be honest, I think I used this one and the highlighter palette like 3 times. So I really bought it for this one shade right here. This is kind of like that blue-brown pigment by MAC, sort of. I mean, it's not exact, but anyways. So I'm going to go ahead and move that on because if I haven't used it that much, toss it that way. It's not going to get used. Okay, Urban Decay Electric Palette. I love my neon shades. Oh, no, I can't part with this. The neons in this are just so amazing, and I hardly reach for it. I forget I even have it. Okay, no, we're holding on to that. I love my neons and my sparkles. Okay, so the Lorac Pro, I think this was like I Love Brunch. Beauties Who Brunch Pro Eyeshadow Palette. I'm on the fence about this one because I love pastels, but I feel like this one didn't perform as well as I was hoping it would. I don't know what I want to do. I might put this like in a maybe pile and try to use it for like, you know, a couple of days, see what I think. I might do that just because I used it twice. Let me try it out one more time. I'm going to put it in a maybe stack, but likely it's going to get moved on. The Kylie Vacation, this is the Summer Vacation palette. It says, take me on vacation. I love this palette, so I don't think I'm moving this one on. I mainly bought it, I think probably just like everybody else, for this blue. Her eyeshadow palettes I think can be hit or miss, but I do like this one, so I am going to hold on to that one. The Graveyard Girl Swamp Queen eyeshadow palette by Too Faced. I've used it all of maybe like 3 times. I think I was just more caught up in the hype. I knew I shouldn't have bought it. It was one of those things where it was like, okay, it launched and it's still there. Let's grab it. And I really like the highlighter, which is Gator Wings. Other than that, I really don't use this too often. So I think I'm going to go ahead and move this one on. The Tarte Pro, a lot of people didn't like this one because they said it just kind of got muddy. I do like it, so I think I'll hold on to it. I really do like these shades, the little shimmer metallic shades. I do think, yes, they can blend in a little too much to where it all looks similar, but I get enough use out of it to where I do think it warrants staying with me. Okay, the Kylie's Diary. I even kept the box because it has little hearts on it and the actual palette does not. I do like this one. I haven't used it a whole lot, and so I think I just need to use it a little bit more, but I really do. The blushes are a little stiff, let's be real, but you know, I love this hot pink shade right here. I do like this one, so I'm gonna hold on to this one. Try getting a little bit more use out of it and see, you know, maybe I'll do a spring declutter and then we'll see how that works out for us. Okay, another Kylie palette. Oh, I can already tell you I'm keeping this one. I dropped one of the good palettes I hope it's all intact still. Okay, so the Kylie, this was, what was this one? Was this the, oh, this was her birthday palette, the I Want It All eyeshadow palette. Okay, this highlighter called Confetti is everything. It is so, so pretty. So if I kept it just for that, I totally would. It's just such a pretty highlight. The blush isn't too bad either. No, I'm holding on to this one. But this is what this looks like. The eyeshadows are pretty decent as well. I mean, again, my favorite was the highlight. But I like the packaging with all the glitter. And again, I kept the box because of the silver stars. I hate having to keep the box, but I usually keep the box when I really like it and it's different from the actual palette. So yeah, let's move on. Okay, the Too Faced Nikkie Tutorials Power of Makeup palette. I just was not really wowed by this. There weren't enough shades that really stood out to me. I opened this up as soon as it arrived in the mail and I was like, this looks like 50 other Too Faced palettes, especially like this green one. It's just not special enough. And gosh, for all the makeup we buy that we've used once or twice, I sure wish there was a way to get at least something back for it. Anyways, but that's that one. I think we're gonna move that one on. I've used it like once or twice. Then the Too Faced Vegas Nay Stardust eyeshadow palette. I like this one better than I like the Nikkie Tutorials one. This is what it looks like right there. I've used it a handful of times. I don't know. It's not anything super exciting. I think I'm going to put this in the maybe pile to use a couple of times before I move it on because it will likely move on. But I kind of like it. So let's wait on that one. The Too Faced Urban Decay... the Urban Decay Naked Ultimate Basics. Love the packaging. I was just so in awe of the packaging when it came in. Tend to not use this one very often. It's just, I mean, it's okay, but it's not anything super out of the ordinary for me. You know, like mattes I could live without. Give me shimmer and sparkle all day long. But these are really good shades like for transition and stuff like that, so I'll probably hold on to it because I know as soon as I move this on, I'll be like, that one palette that I gave away that I could have used that one transition color. So let's hold on to it for a little while longer. The next couple of ones are Kat Von D. I don't know if you've noticed, I don't do Kat Von D reviews anymore, and that's because I don't buy Kat Von D anymore. Real quick, I know some of y'all will highly disagree, and that's fine. I'm just, you know, going to respectfully ask that you don't put any hateful comments down there in the comment section below. There was an Instagram post some time back. This was maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago, where Kat Von D had reposted a picture of one of her new liquid lipsticks compared to a picture of Jesus with the crown of thorns, and it was a comparison of like the color, basically, the hue of the painting compared, like basically they were saying it was similar to the liquid lipstick. I was highly offended by that. You all know my faith. If you've been keeping up with me, you know I love giving you a verse of the day. I don't shove it down your throat or anything. It's just something I love to do as an added touch and encouragement to my videos, and a way to just share my faith with you. But I found that very, very offensive because something that means so much to me, a savior who would just sacrifice everything, who loves us so much, and it's, he's being compared to a lipstick. And so at that point I had to make the decision to cut off purchasing Kat Von D. It's been a difficult decision because there's stuff that comes out where I'm like, oh, that looks so nice, but I'm just like, I can't in good conscience purchase. And I know some people will say it's just makeup, but it's the significance. It goes deeper than that. And so, not meaning to go on a rant about that. If you still buy Kat Von D, that's totally your decision. I don't, and that's why you don't see any more reviews on my channel of her products. However, I do still have my stuff that I purchased before I made that decision, and one of them is the Serpentina palette. I will hold on to this one because I don't use it often. The colors are not those everyday colors you gravitate towards, but they are beautiful. And so it's something that you can use every once in a while and still be like, you know what, I get use out of this palette. So I do want to hold on to this one. It even has like kind of like an old gold shade type pigment, but the colors are very, very rich. The kind of colors Kat Von D to put out, good quality eyeshadows. And then I am definitely not getting rid of this one, the Metal Matte. Oh my goodness, this one was and still is one of my very favorites. The mattes are incredible. These Metal Crush eyeshadows are stellar, some of my favorites. So I do love, love, love this palette. I don't use it, again, as often as I'd like. I don't reach for it as often, but I need to because I really, really love this palette. So we're holding on to this one. Moving on, these next two are very new. These were more, these were kind of like gifts. But it is the Pat McGrath, and the 1 and the 3 were gifts, and then I did purchase the 2. So yeah, these are not going anywhere, obviously. For obvious reasons, this is the one that has that rich blue. I haven't done a review on these because I feel like they're so pricey that it's just, and granted, I guess I've done like Natasha Denona reviews, but it's hard to do a review with something this pricey because it's not something that everybody can go out and buy. Heck, I don't even know that I should be buying something like this, you know? And so I have not done a review on them, and that's the reason. I can if you like, but I just hate putting it out there when it's just, for some people it's like, well, it's just, no. They are very luxurious. They are very beautiful. I hate to give away what I think about them because if you do want me to do a review, I probably should hold off and, you know, you just let me know what you want. You know that I am happy to do what, you know, what you request. This 3 is the one that has like it's got quite a bit of sparkly shades. It's got like an old gold. It's got like it's weird. It's kind of like a blue purple. It is a shift type, a duochrome type shade. So this one's the 3, and of course these are not going anywhere. So yeah, we'll put it in the keep pile for sure. Let me see. What else do we have? It's getting real unruly and messy here. Next we have the Ciate London. This is the Chloe Morello. This one's from last year. I really liked it at the time. I think I was so turned off by the volume 2 that I was just like, okay, I don't know. I hardly ever use this one, so I think I'm going to move it on. I really did like this one. But I mean, I guess we could hold on to it for a little while longer. Let me put it in the maybe palette, and I'll use it for a few days and see what happens. The Clover eyeshadow palette, I just reviewed this. Obviously it's new, so obviously it stays with me. I really do enjoy that one. Let me grab this next stack. Hold on. So, okay. Gotta try not to let them all fall. Some of these, it's like you want to move them on, but you don't because the packaging. Okay, these next 2 are Urban Decay, and these will not move on just because Oz, the Great and Powerful. You remember these came out when the movie came out, and I just really like these. I use them from time to time, not very often at all. It comes in this kind of tin packaging, and it's weird because it's like the token eyeshadows, but they're in the palette, so they do pop out. I don't know that I need to. Here we go. So they pop out, which is kind of neat. It's like a token eyeshadow, and they just popped them in here. So anyways, I'm keeping both of these. I really do enjoy them, even though I don't use them too often. But yeah, so we'll hold on to these. Next is Urban Decay Urban Spectrum eyeshadow palette. Okay, I haven't used this one too much. These, I'm all for special packaging, I've told you all that, but these are actually a little too bulky for my liking. Anyways, there's like a little hole. You can pry this open, and this becomes a little box. I don't know what I use it for. It just takes up space, but it has pretty colors. I think I'm gonna keep it because I just need to try it out a little bit more. I don't gravitate towards it, again, because of the packaging, I think. I don't know. But I'm going to hold on to that one for a little while longer. Who knows? Maybe it'll surface in the next declutter. The Urban Decay Full Spectrum palette. This one was a really big disappointment to me. I'm going to keep it because I do love the shades. I just feel like they don't live up to their full potential. They look beautiful. They go on a lot more sheer than someone like me would like. So we're going to hold on to it for now. The Lorac Mega Pro. This is the original one. I don't gravitate towards these like at all to where I think I'm just going to move it on. I was highly disappointed with the Mega Pro 4. I don't even think I did a review on it. I was like, no. it's going back to the store like pronto. So I hardly ever use this. This one was all the rage back when it released. I used it a few times, and then with the exception of those sunset palettes that Lorac recently released, I just have not been super crazy about their shadows. This one's the 2. Yeah, again, it's just, I don't gravitate towards them. Here's that one. And then you've got the 3 right here. And this is going to be more your like neutrals and stuff like that. I may hold on to this one. This has got like your bronze and your golds and just, I don't know. I might hold on to this one a little while longer. I think I am going to move these on. I just don't use them. So, let's move that over there. Okay, this was, oh my gosh, this is from back in the day. This is probably a good 3, 4, maybe even 5. This is probably like 5 holidays back. The Too Faced Everything Nice palette. Oh my goodness, that's what pretty girls are made of, is what it says. Okay, this one, you open it up and it's got the shadows on one side, the face products on the other, and it's got these little glitter brushes that, like, I mean, they don't ever get used. They're too tiny, but that's what that looks like. I really do love this palette. So that takes care of those right there. Let me move on. Okay, I gotta move quicker because we're at 17 minutes. Hoi. So, Kylie palette. This is the peach palette. This is the one that smelled so bad. It smelled like spray paint. And it still smells like spray paint. I am not really crazy about it, but I feel like I haven't given it a fair shot. I've used it like 2 or 3 times. So I think I'm going to put it in the maybe palette. Let's try it out, and then we'll go from there. The Lorac Sunset palettes, I ended up returning the Mountain Sunset. It just was my least favorite of the 3, but I do love Desert and Ocean, and these formulas, I feel like their unzipped formula is a little different, and I do love it. So these are really, really nice, rich in pigmentation, buttery soft, as you know Lorac eyeshadows to be. So we're holding on to these. This one I hold on to mainly because of the packaging. This one's an old school one. This is the Too Faced Pretty Rebel eyeshadow palette. And this is from a good probably like 6 years ago. I don't know. But just really, really basic. I don't gravitate towards it a lot. But I love the packaging. It has a little bit of significance to me. My mom and I were on a shopping trip, and I still remember vividly that shopping trip. We went to Ulta. So I'm holding on to this one. It has one of those blue-brown pigments that a lot of brands do now. But, oh my gosh, I forgot. The pink is called Totally Fetch. So, total Mean Girls reference right there. Stop making fetch happen, Gretchen. Okay, so then we go into the Lorac Pro palettes. These are the smaller ones. Now these I feel like I used a little more than the Mega Pros. I don't know. I don't know if they were just a little bit more useful to me. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, this one, the gray one, I think it was number 2. Doesn't say. But I didn't use this one a whole lot, and I can already tell you I'm not going to. So let's move that one on. The Lorac Pro 3 is the nude. This one I'll hold on to. This one has a lot of real usable shades, kind of the nudes and stuff like that, so I do like this one. The original one, I am just not sure. Here, we'll hold on to it. It makes a good travel palette. This one is the Urban Decay After Dark. I think it is beautiful. I can't remember if I gave it a dazzled or disappointed on my channel. I do think it's beautiful. It's inconsistent. It's not inconsistent. It's consistent with what you know Urban Decay pigmentation to be. I just don't gravitate towards it as much because of the shades. I don't know. But it's still so new that I do still want to give it another chance. So we're going to hold on to that one. Moving on, I'm not even going to open this one up. The Fenty palette, obviously, I did a review on it recently, and I love it. I love the sparkle. So this one is staying. It's kind of like that Moon Dust eyeshadow palette. The Urban Decay Heavy Metals, I also did a review on this one. This one is one of my probably top 10 of all time. I love this eyeshadow palette. Way to go, Urban Decay, for bringing it back the way you used to. I love that one. The Sephora Pro, this is the editorial edition. Yeah, I couldn't remember. I hate that this little sleeve has the names because I have to keep it. But anyways, this thing, if you are looking for neons, for amazing just brightness, this one is for you. This one is really, really great. It is a little bit pricier, but it's hefty and you get a lot of shadows. I do think it's absolutely worth it. I bought it with my birthday gift card, so I mean, you know, it's kind of nice when you can do that. But of course I'm keeping this one. The Too Faced Kat Von D, I've probably used it twice. This is just, I mean, this side is it's not anything out of the ordinary you haven't seen from Too Faced. The only reason I keep it is because of the red shade on the Kat Von D side, so I will probably hold on to it just because of that. And then that silver pewter shade called Darling right above it. I love that one too. Other than that, this thing isn't super amazing. I'll hold on to it because of that red shade, but who knows? Again, you might see it down the road in a declutter video. The Violet Voss Laura Lee eyeshadow palette is obviously staying with me. I love it. The pigmentation, the smooth, buttery softness, I love it. I really do love this palette. I don't buy a whole lot of Violet Voss. You're going to see a few others, and I did not pick up the new Laura Lee eyeshadow palette. This one was sufficient for me, so I'll hold on to this one. I really do like it. The Jaclyn Hill palette by Morphe, love this one. This one's so amazing, and it just reminded me that I want to use it more. Now, I do wish that I had waited. Hindsight is always 20/20. So I picked mine up on eBay after the first launch. It launched like 5 times after that, and now they've made it permanent with a nice glossy finish and the shades on the shade names on the back. I do like my shade names on the palette or in the palette or whatever, so it's kind of a bummer. The packaging, that it got nicer for the same price, obviously less than what I paid on eBay. But what can you do? Hindsight is always 20/20, but it is permanent now at Ulta, just so that you know. This palette is really, really great. I'm not huge on Morphe palettes. I don't buy a whole lot of them. This one was really worth it to me. I do love it. So if you're looking for a really good priced eyeshadow palette with pretty much everything in the color spectrum, I highly recommend this. You can pick it up, like I said, at Ulta now, so makes it a little bit easier. Here's another Violet Voss eyeshadow palette. I do regret picking this one up. This is the Ride or Die eyeshadow palette. The reason I regretted it was because it was expensive for the range of shades that you get. I feel like there's a lot of repetitive shades in here. It's just, you know, 3 oranges. I don't need 3 oranges. I don't care if they're just slightly different. Just all over the place. It's just a lot of repetition for me. So for $75, I feel like I could have put that money towards something better that I would have used more. But anyways, it is what it is. I'm holding on to this one because it was so expensive and because I just need to try and put it to more use. Hold on. Okay. Here we go. Naked Heat by Urban Decay. Oh, I love this palette. This palette is just amazing. I mean, I even kept the box because of the little matchsticks. This thing is everything I would want in an eyeshadow palette. I love these types of shades, these kinds of red kind of bronzy, rusty shades. These are not only perfect for fall, if you have green or hazel eyes, these types of shades will make your eye color pop. So this one is staying with me, probably will stay with me forever till it goes bad. I love that eyeshadow palette. Let's see, we've got Too Faced, The Return of Sexy. Forgot I even still had this. I don't even know if I want to keep this one anymore. I think I'm going to put this in the maybe pile and then just kind of use it for a couple days, see what I think, but I think I might end up moving this one on. I've had that one for a long time. Too Faced Sweet Peach. I love this palette. This palette smells good. I love the shades. Yeah, it smells super good. This one, I was able to snag that first release. This one was all the rage when it came out too. The Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons. I don't really reach for this one that much. However, it does have pretty shades and I do like how they perform. I also kind of want to keep my chocolate bar collection complete, so I will hold on to this one. I love the little heart pans, even though it kind of looks like kids makeup, but we're holding on to that one. I've kind of got like a leaning Tower of Pisa going on over here with the eyeshadow palettes. I'm hoping nothing catastrophic happens. The original Too Faced chocolate bar. I still have the original one. You can tell by the fact that it is clunky and large. They later slimmed it down and made it so much nicer, and then of course I've also got the original that has the names on here. They improved it and put it on the palette. Sometimes buying something right off the bat isn't always the best thing, but anyways, I do love this eyeshadow palette. Again, don't reach for it that much anymore. I need to. Let me see. And then we've got the Chocolate Bar Semi-Sweet. I love this one too. This one I probably like more than the original, and I was doing my makeup one day and I dug into one of the shades right here. It was pretty much the first time that it ever happened to me. You see it all the time on YouTube. Oh, I dug my fingernail into the palette. Okay, you don't feel that gut-wrenching pain or that heart-wrenching pain until it actually happens to you. Well, it happened to me one day with a brush. I don't know what I was doing, and I think I turned the brush and anyways, I used this as part of my eye makeup look for my wedding, bridal pictures, all of the above. This one has some really great shades. I do recommend that palette. Moving on to the Sephora You're Gonna Laugh. This is the Gem and the Holograms eyeshadow palette. I mean, it's weird because I wasn't originally going to pick it up, and then when it released, I thought, you know what, I'm going to give it a try. And oh my gosh, I am so glad I did. This has some of the best pigmentation I've ever seen on bright eyeshadows. It's weird. And when I do wear it, and if I go into Sephora or Ulta, I do end up with employees asking me, what are you wearing on your lids? And it's this little guy right here. So yeah, this one isn't going anywhere. Again, looks like kids makeup, but that's okay though. No one knows. The Jouer Skinny Dip eyeshadow palette. This thing, I just need to like throw out the box. I don't know why I hadn't thrown out the box. I think it's because the Skinny Dip letters are like glittery. Okay, let's throw out that box. It's time to move on from that. Okay, the Skinny Dip eyeshadow palette by Jouer is incredible. I love it. Of course, I am that sparkly. I love those sparkly type shades, so this one is right up my alley. Oh, I love this eyeshadow palette. I'm wondering if I want to do like a Thanksgiving look. I might use this for Thanksgiving. Okay, so then moving on, the Naked Smoky eyeshadow palette. I am going to hold on to this one. I tend to use it from time to time. Obviously not every day. This one had kind of gone on sale. I guess it didn't do as well, but I do like it for those different type of smokier days. Oh my gosh, the original Naked palette. This was the original of the original. When Naked first released, or when Urban Decay first released this Naked palette, I picked it up from Sephora, and this is the OG. So obviously, some people hit pan. I mean, okay, do I ever hit pan on anything? But I am not parting with this guy. Doesn't smell bad or anything, so I don't know how you determine as far as expiration. I haven't gotten any kind of weird crusty eye or anything, and it still smells okay, so I'm going to assume that I can still use it. Naked 2, I'm holding on to all the Nakeds. What can I say? Just a little bit more like silvery type theme. And then you've got Naked 3, which was my favorite of the bunch because of the rose gold theme. I do love this palette. It is my favorite. And then Trick is the one I tend to always use. It's just the best one in here. So yeah, so that takes care of that. Let's move on to this side of the floor because we've got a lot of the tiny ones, and I'm ready to get these cleared out. Okay, so hang on. I'm going to be making lots of trips down there to grab. Okay, the Viseart Petite Pro, I did a review on this. This was my first Viseart palette. I love it. If you're looking for a way to test out Viseart eyeshadows, this is 30 bucks. It comes with 8 eyeshadows. The pigmentation and the creaminess and blendability is out of this world. So this is how I determined that I love Viseart palettes, even though I haven't sprung for one of the full size. But this is 30 bucks, so it's a little more affordable of a way to try it out. And then we get into the Anastasia palettes, which I can already tell you I'm not parting with any of them. This one is the Self-Made eyeshadow palette. I think it released last year. Really, really pretty shades. Got kind of like a seafoam green right there. You've got like a rich purple. I do like this palette quite a bit. My favorite of all time, of all Anastasia eyeshadows, is Pink Champagne, and that is in this palette. So yeah, we're holding on to that. Then we've got the Master Palette by Mario. This is probably my least favorite of the Anastasia eyeshadow palettes. Still holding on to it though because I love how Anastasia shadows perform. So if I ever need one of these types of shades, I'm going to reach for this. But it is my least favorite. There's not as many shades that I gravitate towards. The Anastasia Prism, which is the most recent eyeshadow palette. Oh my gosh, this one's beyond words. I love it. If you're looking for a great, affordable, quality eyeshadow palette, this is it. It's still available, I think. I don't know. I know it's not on the Anastasia website. It's probably available on the Sephora website. Modern Renaissance, for a long time, this was my favorite eyeshadow palette of all time because of the shades in here. You've got the cranberries, like the deeper red. Oh my gosh, this palette is just amazing. I love it. It was sold out for the longest time. I feel like I'm talking so fast. I am getting tired. The Subculture palette. Oh my goodness. All all the fuss that went out with this palette. I really like it. So I'm holding on to mine. I'm sure this is going to be in a lot of people's declutters. I love it. I don't know. Nothing more to say about that because most people hated it. I love it. Let me duck down for some more eyeshadow palettes. I told you that was going to happen. Some just fell down. Okay, hang on. Okay, so we've got Too Faced Natural at Night. Oh my goodness, these are like super old school. I think I'm going to move these on. These are just the old school type eyeshadow palettes by Too Faced. I think I'm ready to move it on. The Too Faced Romantic Eye. Love this one too. I went to town on Cut the Cake, that really light purple. But again, I don't reach for it as much anymore because so many eyeshadow palettes come out now that you end up with dupes of... Sooner or later, you're going to have dupes of your eyeshadows. Tartelette 1, 2, and 3. Keeping. I love the Tartelette eyeshadow palette. So you've got the Toasted, you've got the original, and then the In Bloom. These are really great. If you're kind of wanting to check Tarte out, I suggest going with these. They are really, really great for the money. The Too Faced Just Peachy Matte Eyeshadow Palette. I use this so often. I incorporate this with another palette usually. I love how these blend out. The pigmentation is great. We're keeping that. Okay, Sugar Pop Eyeshadow Palette by Too Faced, the little metal tin. I think I'm keeping this one. I really do like the bright shades in there, so let's hold on to that. We're keeping the Totally Cute eyeshadow palette. I mean, a palette in which you can just put stickers all over. Totally. I'm keeping that because I do love the shades in here. The whole sticker thing, I'm totally kidding. I feel like that can be very kiddie. But I do love the shades in there. The A La Mode eyes. This is beautiful, but I think I'm going to move this on because I'm not looking to have like 20 of these little tin eyeshadow palettes in here. Let's see. Then we've got the Esperanza palette by Kat Von D. This one was from maybe 2-3 years back, and I love this palette. I, for a while, was going to town. But I do love the shades in this palette. There's also like a transition shade that you can put up top of the eyeshadows that kind of transforms. The Viseart Golden Hour, I just picked this one up and I love it, so obviously it's staying with me. Again, Viseart, if you're looking to try them out, $49 for 9 shades, amazing price. So this is a really good deal. The Natasha Denona Holiday Palette, I got mine in the shade Aries, I think. Yeah, Aries, and I got it, of course, because of the blue shade. I can't flip it over for you. This first shade, as beautiful as it is, it doesn't fit into the pan. It's like it's shrunken, so I don't want it to fall out. But that's what that looks like. Natasha Denona shadows are, I mean, probably the best of the best. You really don't get any better than Natasha Denona. That is barely putting my finger in the pan. Pigmentation on her shadows is incredible, and I just do think you get a good value, even though they're expensive. But if you break it down for the quality of eyeshadow you're getting, it makes it worth it. The Jaclyn Hill Becca eyeshadow palette, I must have gotten one of the ones that was not a bad batch because I liked the pigmentation on mine, so I'm going to keep this. Plus, I went to a lot to get my hands on this. RC and I were on our way back from our honeymoon in Hawaii, and we were at the airport, and I was like, stop everything. We have to get on both phones. There is a Jaclyn Hill release on Sephora, and I need to get my hands on it. So there we were at the airport, like refreshing. Anyways, this little guy stays with me. Okay, I'm going to hold on to all my Kylie palettes. I do have the Burgundy palette. I have the Holiday palette from last year. And then most recently the Purple palette. And I'm going to hold on to them. I don't reach for them as much as I would like. And I'm not going to say it's my favorite formula. But I do use them from time to time. So I'll hold on to those. The Makeup Forever Artist palettes. I have 1, 2, and I think this one's 4. These are the best way to try and use Makeup Forever eyeshadow formulas. This particular one, which is is it the 1 or the 2? I don't remember. Anyways, I used it for my wedding and it was perfect. Very, very neutral but pigmented. Oh my gosh, this formulation is really amazing. I highly, highly encourage you to pick up one of these. It's the best, most cost-effective way to get your hands on the Makeup Forever new formula eyeshadows, and so these will stay with me. I think we're reaching the end, guys. Okay, the Summer Eye by Too Faced. Again, these little box ones. Pretty, but I think I'm ready to move it on because it doesn't get use. The Huda Beauty Desert Dusk. This one's near and dear to my heart. I love this eyeshadow palette. You can't even pry this one out of my hands. This one is amazing. If you're gonna get an eyeshadow palette this season, I think I would say get this one, even though I love that Urban Decay Heavy Metals, but that one's in a class of its own. I just recently picked this one up. This is the It Cosmetics It Girl palette. Okay, I have to show you. Obviously, can you tell why I picked it up? This thing is incredible. It's like bedazzled beyond words, and it comes with a blush, and then the eyeshadows are very, very pigmented. They're very natural. I like them though. So I used it the other day, and I was really happy with it. So yeah, we're keeping that. Pat McGrath 2. This is the one I picked up, and I just, you know, again, you let me know if you want to see a review, if you want to see a tutorial. I'd be happy to do it for you, but I don't ever want it to come across as I'm bragging or, oh, hey, look at all the, you know, look at the expensive palettes I got. No, so that's why I have not done a video. But this is the one with the green one, which is the one that stood out to me, and then the gold one down here is, but you have to ask yourself if 2 or 3 shades justifies the price, and that's where I'm hung up on, you know? So anyways, that's that. You let me know, obviously keeping that. The Too Faced Peanut Butter and Jelly palette, I really do like this one. The shades are very, very pretty. I can't remember if it was supposed to smell. I don't smell it anymore. Maybe it's worn off. Anyways, I'm going to hold on to this one for a little while longer. Okay, then we've got the 2 little Huda Obsessions that I just posted a review on. Those things are great. I love them. I have an oldie NARS palette. It's called And God Created the Woman. I don't really use it, so I think I'm going to go ahead and move it on. I used it for a while, and it just, yeah, it's seen its day. The Dose of Colors Desi and Katie eyeshadow palette. This one, yes, this is staying with me. Love it because of the sparkly factor, sparkliness, whatever. So that one will stay. I probably can toss the box. I just like that it has their signatures on here. I'm so weird. Anyways, these are the 2 little Smashbox eyeshadow palettes from the Smashbox holiday set. These are part of the permanent line, and it was such a great deal. So I am definitely keeping these. And then I've got 3 of the Buxom customizable eyeshadow palettes. I bought these when Buxom first released this eyeshadow line, and I love them. I gravitate towards them quite a bit. They're really, really nice in pigmentation. I do really, really like them. So this one is super sparkly. Anyways, so I had customized 3 of them, and I just can't part with any of them. I did that one, and then I did kind of like a neutral, and then I did a kind of purpley blue type. But my favorite is this first one because of that sparkly purple and because of this minty green. I think that minty green is called Room Service. I remember because I had to hunt that one down. Okay, I have a few more and then we're done. Okay, the few more that I have are ones that I know I am moving on because I had actually started this process a few days ago, and I was like, you know what, why don't I just do a declutter on film so that you can kind of, one, see my eyeshadow collection and see if there is something you want me to do a get ready with me on. So let me, hold on. Okay, these are ones that I am absolutely decluttering and moving on. The Too Faced Boudoir Eyes. The Too Faced Natural Eyes, this one's going to go in the trash. It's the original. So, like, no lie, from like 10 years ago. It's beautiful, but it's time. It's time to move it on. Okay, we've got some of the bigger ones in here. Let's see. The Morphe Kathleen Lights, I used it like twice. I just, I don't know. Just wasn't super into it. Anyways, the 2 Monarch eyeshadow palettes by Kat Von D. These are the ones with the butterflies on them. Again, didn't use them. I was into buying Kat Von D eyeshadow palettes for the longest time, and then it just, looking back, I'm like, why? You know, I could have used that money towards other stuff. So we are going to move those on. This one is, I love the artwork, but this is a Kat Von D holiday palette from like 5 years ago. I don't gravitate towards the shades. They just hardly ever get used, and so I'm like, you know what, it's time to move it on. Then we've got, let's see. Okay, we've got the Urban Decay 20 Anniversary Edition. This one's like that other one that I told you I don't gravitate towards. It's kind of like in that type of box that, you know, just opens up. I hardly use it, so might as well move it on. I've got a couple of Morphe eyeshadow palettes that I just don't think these were the ones, the Copper Spice and Mocha Spice, or I can't remember. Anyways, I used them for a little bit, and I feel like there's other things that I like better. And then the Urban Decay Gwen Stefani, I used like twice, and it's ready to go. It's ready to move on. Okay, and then I just have a few others. 3 of the little mini Kylie Valentine's Day. I don't even know why. I picked up the bundle and it came with these. When they come in like a little thing like this, I don't ever really gravitate towards them. There was 3 of them. And then the Smashbox, what was this called? I don't even remember what this collection was called. But anyways, it was the one from that artist who designed the, so basically he designed the love thing right there. I had gotten these at the outlets, and I really did enjoy them for the time that I used them, but I don't really use them anymore, so it's time to move them on. Okay, that takes care of all of the eyeshadow palettes. My head is spinning. I feel like this video is so long. Yeah. Okay, we're done. We're done. Verse of the day time. Alright guys, today from Hebrews 11:6 says, without faith it is impossible to please God, because anyone who comes to him must believe that he exists and that he rewards those who earnestly seek him. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, a wonderful Thanksgiving week. I hope that we are all thankful for what we have, for our families, because it's just so nice to spend time with family. But I love each and every one of you. I hope you are enjoying your week. You take care, and I will see you in the next video. I probably won't do a get ready with me this week. I might do one next week. So if there is a palette that you are interested in a look on, just let me know in the comment section below. I'd be happy to do one for you. Okay guys, talk to you soon. Bye.